So welcome to Head Gain in Colour 2. This is our second episode. We're just going to have a chilled, relaxed one and just talk about the group, what we do in the group, what's in the group, and the future of the group. So I'm Ashley. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Larry. I'm Larry from Michigan. I'm one of the admins in the Head Gain in Colour group.
Hi, I'm Jamie Phillips. I'm one of the admins for the Head Gain in Colour discussion group, and I'm from South Carolina.
Okay, gents, so I'll just start from the very beginning and just briefly talk about how I created the group. So I was part of a photography group that edited photos for people for free. And a serial killer group got in touch and asked me to do 5 Head Gain pictures. Just start them up, and they're a bit grainy, a bit faded, but they're all black and white. So I've done the pictures, and I did 2 in colour and sent them to the group. And I said, you're missing out here because there's no coloured photos of Ed unless the hospital ones or the later on life ones, but they were quite rude that I'd done the coloured ones, and they took a while getting back. So I sort of got a little bit angry and I unsent the pictures. And I think through a little bit of anger, I thought, I don't know who Head Gain is, but I'm going to start my own group. And while I was sort of researching it and doing the pictures, I mean, I think we've done pretty much every photo out there, and we, as a group, probably have the largest collection of coloured photos of Ed in the world. But I started off in other Head Gain groups just to get a feel for being a member and how to run my group, and there was a lot of security issues, like people could post whatever they wanted, couldn't get hold of admin. And at the time, the Netflix series, the Head Gain story had just come out, so a lot of the groups were not factual, had a lot of the Netflix stuff on there. So I think I just wanted to make our group factual, safe for our members, and I wanted to create the illusion that we could all hang out together. So some of the things we've done, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I think that was the most important part, to make it fun. Now we're all addicted to Head Gain, but we don't condone the murders. We just recognise him as a very unwell person, and if he got that support, then I don't think the murders would have happened. But I think with the group, I took a lot away from being in other groups to create ours, and I just went with the first name I thought of, Head Gain in Colour, and yeah, that's how it started. We've got Tia that's not here today, she's admin as well, and Sophia. I've never done a group before, and Tia just got in touch and said, you've really got something here, can I do your security and your admin? And I was a bit paranoid, but after a couple of calls, she sort of put all that in place for us, and I've learned a lot from her running a group. So I think within the first couple of months we hit 1,336 members. And then, as you know, boys, we we had to shut because of we've been censored a lot. I don't know if there's any more to say about how the group got started. I mean, Larry, you were first coming to admin with us. How did you find my group? Online or?
Because I was actually talking to a lady that I work with, and she was telling me about how she's into like the creepy stuff and the real life murder stuff and stuff like that. And I kind of was like, yeah, me too. You should see this new hat I'm getting. It kind of resembles Ed Gein's hat. And she's like, oh, you're into Ed Gein? I said, oh yeah, of course. And she's like, oh, you should check out the group I'm in. It wasn't ours, but it was, I forgot the name of the group. I ended up trying to get her in our group, but I don't think she ever did. But so that kind of sparked my interest in looking on Facebook, because I don't know, for the same reason a lot of people don't go digging a lot, but I was just kind of like nervous because of all the drama and stuff people who are into that get. So, but I found a couple other groups I joined, wasn't real active in them, just kind of watching the activity. And I found this group too, and I was watching the activity in that one, and I was really liking a lot of the photos that you guys were posting in color, because I had never seen them like that, and it gave it a whole new life. Some of the pictures actually gave me goosebumps, like seeing it in color like that, because it was totally a different feeling. So I think that was what drew me more to this group than all the other ones I was in, because you guys
that really
did
means
that.
a lot. That really means a lot. I take that as a really nice compliment, because I've been into Egg Game for maybe 5 months, and you've been into Egg Game for years, haven't you?
Right. Oh yeah.
So
long time. But yeah, so I mean, I think, and the fact that we were looking for facts, like the actual facts of stuff, and just like the Augusta Gein thing, like that sparked my interest too. I was not aware of that, and so that really sparked my interest, where I was like scrolling in the group, looking at comments, looking at what was being said about it, and then I started being more active, and then you kind of hit me up and in my messages and was like, hey, what do you think about being an admin? I was like, sure. I mean, I kind of know a lot, but I'm not no expert, and I've learned a lot since I've joined that group too, because of the reason you guys are looking for the fact. So I've definitely learned a lot more.
But I think looking for the facts, we've made a lot of errors and mistakes, but we've admitted that we've got things wrong, and we've changed things, updated things, removed things. So it's been a long process, and we've got some really big experts in the group. We did have a known author in the group who left. I think that's because we disproved a couple of things in his book. But yeah, it's been a hell of a journey. But Jamie, how did you come across Egg Game in Colour?
Well, a little uneventful, but I was scrolling one night on the good old book face, and I came across your group, and I was instantly very fascinated. I'm like, oh wow, because I have been colorizing photos of Ed since around 2020. I've always been super into colorization. That started because I'm a real big enthusiast when it comes to Olympic class liners, mainly Titanic, Olympic, etc. And I was always extremely fascinated by colorized photos and colorized history. So I did a lot of research into the clothing of that clothing of that era, into what colors look like in black and white and what colors they likely were. And I started doing it myself because, like you, they were no colorized photos except a couple of ones that were done years and years ago. And I started doing it and been doing it ever since, slowly improving and getting it as accurate as I could. And
that's the difference, isn't it? We've got to make it clear that when I saw your coloured photos, I was blown away. Like the attention to detail. I didn't know the colour of Ed's eyes. I didn't know the colour of his hat. And I think I just went colour crazy. and to see your work, Jamie, it was phenomenal. Really brought something to the group.
Jamie's picture with the red hat totally had me like, dude, what's this?
Yeah.
Like that's so accurate. What is that? Like, and then that's when he was like, oh yeah, that's one of mine. And he's like, you did that? So yeah, that definitely sparked my interest too with that one. Seeing that hat and fully red and black like it should be was definitely pretty neat. So
I think when I got you guys on board, Larry, you were first. I mean, we just hit it off. You made me laugh, but you were dedicated to helping out. And I just knew I needed someone like you on board. Then we took Jamie on, and what Jamie brought to the table was I was showing photos and that in post, and then Jamie posted a video, and I think it was the bars of soap, and I just thought, this is incredible. The guy looks good on camera, he knows what he's talking about, and I knew there was going to be a space for him in the team. You both bring a lot to the table. Just quickly mention about Sophia, who can't make it today. Larry, you thought she was actually admin when you joined the group, didn't you? Because she was so active.
Yeah, I sure did. Because I mean, it was like I was seeing you and her chatting a lot. She was chatting with a lot of the other members. So she was saying stuff back to me in the comments, and that's why I figured she was an admin. And I looked her up, and she wasn't, and I was kind of shocked. But
she's got this passion, and again, she makes me laugh. She's got that humour, and I just wanted that in the group to show. So, yeah, she started off with the page. So we just briefly talk about some of the pages. So we've got Matt as moderator, who sits silently, and he's got a page. He just wanted to advertise his special effects artwork, and it was so gruesome. He sent me, I can't remember what it was, but he posted, and it was just so gruesome. And I thought I was going to click reject because it was a group of coloured photos, but it was so odd and gruesome, and it was Ed Game related. I just posted it, and the guy was like, "Oh, thank you." I'm like, "It's no problem. Like, you can have your own page. We'll call it Matt's Oddities Gift Shop." So he had his own page where he could advertise his stuff, and in return he wanted to offer prizes that he'd made for the competitions we were having. So although a couple have been stopped dead in the water because of issues of moving over to a different page, the art one was quite successful and a bit of fun. But there's just different pages. We've got even a music page where people can request music. So we've just started that one again, but we built up a lot of Ed Game music, and then people started putting their own music on as well. So it's like a little library. And I know you can go on YouTube and just go and listen to what you want, but the fun of being able to ask a DJ or request a song, and it's sit in the library, the little link in the page. Just thinking about at the very beginning, some of the older ladies had a book discussion group, and I give one of the ladies a page so they could discuss their books that they were reading. There was just so many little things happening in the group, and it wasn't just coloured photos. And I like taking pictures. I mean, this is my next project, is to get myself a camera again so I can go out taking pictures. But I wanted to create the illusion that we were all hanging out, because it's really sad that we're never going to meet in person, but that wasn't going to stop me getting us all hanging out. So I said to members, with your permission, send a picture of your head with your shoulders. And I created some group photos, which people enjoyed. It looked like we were all together, and it certainly built a bond amongst our sort of loyal followers. or gainers as we've come to call them. Your favourite bits of the group, guys? What are your favourite bits?
Beer, Larry.
Some of my favorite things I think I've already said were like some of the colored pictures. Seeing those really, like I said, definitely had a different feel to it because I'm so used to all my, everything I've seen in all my time has been black and white. That has to do with the game case or pictures, all black and white. So seeing that totally was like one of my favorite things. That was definitely my top favorite thing.
You see why Oreo says hello? So Oreo, we'll just quickly go into. We've got a couple of profiles on the group. So we've got Mother, who pops up when you call her, and she'll tell you a short story or a joke, and she's there for support as well. But Oreo he's our little mascot. So I'm going to go back to Larry making me laugh. I researched all the game groups. There was about 40 of them, and he said, "I just love the one it gains cat." That's what the group was called, and it was just full of drawings. I think it shut down in 2012. But I read one of your messages to the members, and you said it's totally pausable, as in paws of cats. So that tickled me, and I was just like, we need to have some sort of cat or mascot, and obviously you put Oreo in. I think we started off with a drawing, didn't we? We've all got Oreo, who's a profile, and Oreo sort of led to, I don't know, post will pop up now and again, and it's just a cat joke. It's very silly, but he's our mascot, and the members have started to love him as well, because they get to see him on camera. But yeah, it was just a funny story how we ended up with a cat. And then I had members saying to me, "Did they gain have a cat?" And I was like, I didn't want to say anything because it was just so much fun them guessing. Like some of the new guys that were new to the game, like, did he really have a cat? And, like, people researching it as well, trying to find out if he owned a pet. But it's just got to have a bit of fun with it because of the subject. And I've noticed that. Sorry, Jamie, do you want to just say your favourite part of the group for little one?
With me, it's seeing a community that is about something as niche with colorizing such a dark part of history. And because for the longest time it was just kind of me doing that, but also that we are a research group that is factual and spends a lot of time getting facts correct and presenting correct facts, and it's not a pile of romanticized AI voiceover slop. It's a community of people who all love, respect, and admire one another, who come together to help each other, which is a very rare thing to see now, and I think makes us stand out amongst most true crime related things, where it's typically really inappropriate romanticization or typically very incorrect fact, which is very common in the Gein case.
Well, I noticed quite quickly that we all understand that Ed was quite unwell, but we couldn't avoid the mental health thing, and I found that, people have told me some really horrible stories, but everyone supports each other in their mental health.
Yes, very much so.
It's done in such a respectful way. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody oversteps the mark. Everyone has complete respect. I've worked in mental health, and I'm quite open with my mental health. And with Ed, I can relate to him a lot. He had schizophrenia, either schizoaffective disorder. So I don't hear commands or anything like that. I have my name shouted. I do have an antipsychotic injection once a month, but most of the time. But I found myself when I've been feeling unwell, I world becomes a bit noisy, I jump on the group, and you guys just, I mean, when we have our little chats, I like to call you two my little antidepressants because you're just so supportive. But I wasn't expecting the support in the group. I thought it'd just be looking at coloured photos, but it's just turned into people caring for each other, which you don't see a lot in this world. So something like I can edit that bit.
Technical difficulties.
Edit this out. Edit this out.
I can edit that out.
Technical difficulties.
So what did you hear up till?
You pretty much stopped in the last 5 seconds. Larry caught you right on.
All right. So all I wanted to say was something so dark. The story was so dark. Something beautiful sort of come out of it when the members support each other. That was really nice to see. I'm not sure how far we can go with the group because we've made a lot of changes. You mentioned AI earlier, and I think AI does have a place, but I'm very on the fence with it now. I've learned a bit more. It can be very dangerous, but I think Jamie said a 3-second video of Ed walking, bringing a picture to life it was very strange for me to watch. But I don't see any harm in a 3-second video of Ed walking. But like romanticising him, very dangerous. And you don't want to. I did make a point at the start of the group. I wasn't going to put any of the victims or anybody else in AI, just Ed, because there are still people alive that are related to the case or related to the people that both the ladies who sadly had their lives taken. So I was very respectful about using the AI on victims. But we've put a stop to that now, haven't we? And I think with the AI as well, we've had a lot of newspaper articles, and they're very blurry, but AI picks them up very well, so it's a very good tool for the newspaper articles. So where would you like to see the group go? Future of the group?
I think with what we've accomplished is, like you said earlier, debunking a lot of very old things that were taken as fact and as truth for years, that quite a few of the people in this group, the heavy researchers like us and others, have took the time to debunk and confirm. And I think we changed the course of a lot of things, especially after the, dare we say it, Netflix series came out, and it opened the floodgates to a lot of people who won't take the 5 minutes to actually research this case. And I think we've set a lot of people in the correct direction with separating fact from fiction, because we spend a lot of time that people just don't see, or I don't think could even begin to understand.
I remember the photo of Augusta. So the popular one, I think we've disproved about 25 subjects, and there might even be minor, like there was a mistake. Ed Kemper had quoted something, and a lot of people said, no, Ed Gain said it, and so little things would change, but then there was some really massive things. And I remember the Augusta photo, and all of a sudden, maybe 9 photos came up, so I put the 9 up, and I even said to people, what do you think? Choose a picture and tell me why you think it's Augusta. There's some outrageous claims, and you've got the very popular one of Augusta Wilhelm Braunhau, I think it is. She's a German lady anyway, which we've found out. But this picture's been used in documentaries, in books, online, and everyone is assuming it's Augusta. But our group came across one with the obituary of Augusta, and the husband's obituary is very similar. So we're sort of 99.9% sure that we found Augusta in blue. I put her in blue. and that was a really good. I don't know. I want to say win, but it was nice to bring something factual to the group, and I think that's when people started noticing that we were out to be factual.
And I noticed the resemblance more in that picture because
Yes.
the other picture does not look anything like it. Not even close. The other lady with her scowl.
But then we did Henry as
Pretty
well. So Henry, we managed to prove was Elmo. Ulek, I think. He was actually a friend of Ed Gaines. We
had figured out, because I had always thought that was Elmo, and I had seen in documentaries and things saying that was his brother. I'm like, no, that's not. I know that's Elmo.
We came to the conclusion that there was no photos out there of Henry, and some people were like, no.
Not that we're aware of.
Not that we're aware of, but sorry, Jamie.
What photos might have existed were very likely lost when the farm was burned down in March of '58, because pretty much everything was left behind in that house. So they were likely photos of his parents, brother, etc., but they were almost certainly burned down in that fire. And there's a possibility that he kept some things during his stay in the Central State Hospital in Mendota, because he ended up giving a crucifix to one of his pen pals. So either after Ed passed in '84, either the things he might have had were put away or disposed of, but my theory is that everything burned in '58 for the most part.
Yeah. But we still have people that are still stuck on the Augusta picture and Henry picture. And we've proven it, and the proof's there, the evidence is there.
Well, it's been ingrained in everybody's head because, like you said, it's been used in countless documentaries, photographs, YouTube videos. Like, that photo is everywhere.
So I just want to sort of talk about the security of the group, because we've got some vulnerable people, but we have the 1,336 members, and there wasn't a huge amount of engagement for having a number like that. And I think we went through every single profile, didn't we? And we got rid of every suspicious one, which I think brought us down to about 800. And then I think one of you gents suggested, if they're not engaging, why do we need people like that in the group? Not being horrible, but there were people sat on the group for the 4 months and they hadn't put one like up. So they're just watching, or they've joined the group and not engaged. And we have some members that are on there day and night. So I think it was important to hold that community. And I think we said if you'll try to engage within 2 months, because we can start removing people if they haven't engaged. And we understand some people find it hard to post. But when we went down to the people that are engaging for the 2 months, I think we went down to 136 members. But as I've learned from both of you, less people, less drama, and the more we can concentrate on our proper members. Unfortunately, that number's dropped again because we had some censoring issues with the first group, and we had to move everything that we had over onto the new group. Sorry, am I keeping you up there, Jamie?
No, I'm okay.
I'm not boring you, am I?
No, I just ain't slept much this week.
But anyway, the number's gone down again because we had to get off that page, and I think I did ping everyone a message that we're moving over to Ed Gain in colour too. But it's been a massive learning curve, and I've learned so much from you guys. I mean, you have the intelligence and the knowledge, and I feel what I bring to the table is a bit of uniformity within the group. I needed that page to look right and fun to look at and fun to read. Because if you look at the other groups, there's advertisements, there's like a bit of Netflix things chucked in there, all this unfactual stuff. But we've sort of created a repeated slide, so we put our photos on that slide, so it just flows better, and I'm a lot happier with how the group looks. We've added music, and this is the thing when people post. We like to ask them what their favourite song is. So if they were to post, I found a picture of Henry, for example, we'll post that up, but we always give the member credit. So I'll say the photos from such and such. As you'll remember being members yourself, so I've always credited you. I never took credit for anybody else's work. But we can add a little bit of music to the background, and I can ask people what their favourite song is, and it just feels more personal. But I think the future of the group, it'd be nice to. I won't step away completely, but it'd be nice to hand it down to you guys one day, or hand it over to the members. I mean, if we've got a trustworthy group to keep it going, it's going to be a good group. I don't know if there's a stop button though, because once I'd done all the posts, I thought that was the end of Egg Gaining Colour, because I didn't think there was any more to research. Like, we've put all the posts up now on the new group, and I think I put a farming post up, so what the farming was like during the 1950s in Plainfield. Doesn't relate to the Egg Gain case, but it does mention how much land he had, what he did as a farmer, or what the farmers did locally, and it's just trying to build that story up. But what's happened is now we've moved over to the second page. We've removed all those comments from previously, and we've got sort of new members, which are bringing more to the table, like more discussion for the comments, and they're redoing the posts again. And we've decided to start doing podcasts. So we come to a stop, and then the TS said we'd do some podcasts. I think we can take the group a little bit further with the podcasts. We'll get members involved. The future's bright for the time being. Is there anything you guys want for the group or the future of the group?
The future is a foreign land. I think that this case and this story is something that'll live on long after us, but I think that we left a mark of something that was factual and something that had a lot of dedication and something that maybe some documentary maker or maybe a filmmaker one day can use and bring something that's actually historically accurate for the masses, which is something that a lot of things have failed with, mainly Netflix.
You had to sneak that one in there, didn't you?
Yeah, I have to, or else Ryan Murphy's going to come by and punch me.
So, Larry, do you want to see? I mean, we haven't used Facebook Live yet, have we? I mean, that might be something in the future. We are connecting with our members on a personal level. Is there anything in the future you want for the group?
I'd like to see more people that are actually interested in this case join our group and be serious about it. A lot of trolls, a lot of drama starters, a lot of haters. So yeah, it's definitely a process of weeding people out, but I would definitely like to see more people that are interested in the case, like us.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, is there anything else you want to add to the podcast?
Not that I can think of right now, but we do have something special coming soon with the next episode.
Yes, do you want to just briefly let them know what the next episode is?
I think we should keep it a surprise until then.
Okay. Well, the slides have been previewed on the group. We do show our members a little sneak peek, don't we? So anyone watching this, if you'd like to join Egg Gaining Colour 2, we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube as well. thank you, gentlemen, for your time. I know you're really busy, and you always take time to put up with the crazy Englishman.
No worries, man. It's all good.
And thanks to you guys for watching. We'll catch you on our next episode. Be jolly.
Bye-bye, everybody.